Good morning. Hello, everyone. Whoever is listening to me to this not or unannounced presentation, I want to repeat because my yesterday's presentation was cancelled in the middle of the important stuff because we got an energy problem. Anyway, we will start right now, and I want to give you some values again. The title of this presentation is How to be rewarded to help others to achieve a happier, healthier lifestyle with more freedom. So the question is, what can you expect today from this webinar? And if you are a person, a general spoken, someone who loves to help other people, who is passionate to see other people succeeding, and who would like to see some reward for that as well, then you came to the right place. If you are a business owner, a small business owner, I show you something today which can complete your business, especially if you are in the health industry, in the health worker or something. I show you something which uh, can accompany your existing business. It's not a competition. It's not meant to to compete with your existing business, but you can provide your clients or your patients extra happiness, and you will still be rewarded once they are better, and they might even recommend you. And in addition, you still, or you can decide if you want to have an easier life as well, because small business owners are usually owned by the business. They make, it's good possible they make quite some money, but they don't have lots of time as well. If you're in a job today or until now, I'll show you something that can change your life as well, basically. And the tool is going to be something which has the worth of golden nuggets, really like golden nuggets, even though this is nothing you can put on your necklace and to show you around. But I think, do you know any necklace that earns you money? I don't think so. I've never seen one, except you sell it. But once it's sold, it's gone, and you only get money for one time. And you might want something which has the same value and makes you money every um, every time or every week or every month or anything like that. Depends on how much you want. So what can you expect from me today? What can you learn from me today? Or if you are open. Oh, and this is another thing. If you are this webinar is only for you if you are a curious person, uh, an open-minded person, and if you love to learn something new, if you are looking for something powerful that helps other people. If you are someone of this hater who loves to write negative comments, or if you are attracted to negativity in general because you love to pick the bad parts only, please, this webinar is not for you. I will waste your time, and you will waste my time as well. So if you are one of the lovely positive people, this could be an interesting hour or morning hour for you. So how to achieve a healthier, wealthier, more energetic lifestyle. And I show you a unique chance to add an extra income source and how to achieve it. Then what would it mean for you if you're no longer 25? If you feel like a 25 years old, if you get back the body feeling of a 25 years old, even though you might already in your 40s or 50s or beyond, and think of what could you do with this energy and how could it influence your productivity if you have such a body feeling, so that you can say, age is just a number. And I know there are some relationships out there where the age gap is quite big. So think, if you are the older partner, if you really can say that age is just a number, and if you don't just pretend because you actually try to hide pains and other body destructions from your younger partner in order to be acknowledged by this person, isn't it better if you don't have to worry about this and you just live your life to the fullest, both of you? Then how you can impact your local inner circle, your friends, your family, or your preferred business partner, or yeah, people who are most valuable for you, and also how you can impact people's life on a global scale. And we are talking about, especially about children in third world countries who have not as much access to a good education and to good food like we got. And I'll show you something which can you use in addition to show others here. I do something to better people's life. I'm not just talking, I'm doing something. Then I show you how to support your sports team in a new and extraordinary way. And think how many of you just sit in front of the television, or if you find a part to go into the stadium, and then you just watching, you shout out, and that's it. But only shouting helps a little bit, but not that much. I'll show you how you can impact your favorite sports team, no matter what it is, be it basketball, football, whatever you think of. Or if you love doing sports by yourself, you can actually impact yourself. So, or let's say you are an owner of a gym, or you know an owner of a gym. Here I show you something how you can support this uh, people to perform much better and in the best and most legal way. And as the golden nugget I'm talking about is widely unknown in the UK at the moment, you got a huge market for this, untouched at the moment, and I think we should change it as soon as we can. And another dimension of anti-aging as well, because this goes all together, because if you want to achieve a healthier, wealthier, and more energetic lifestyle, you have to lift as many fields as you can. So let's me ask you a question. What's the most valuable good you can think of? Do you think it's an expensive house, even though a house is, of course, how valuable? Or do you think it's an expensive or big car, tons of money? Don't get me wrong, I know the value of money, how important it is, and how little we can do if we don't have it. But there is something that ranges above money, as well as above a good job. And elderlies wish to have much more of it. What am I talking about? It's time. I think you will agree with me if I say lifetime, happy and healthy lifetime, and a wallet that allows you to do those things you actually want to do without paying attention how much is in there. I think these are the goods. They are way above everything. Even though you may say friendship is also important. Friendship is important, and but time is limited. Your lifetime is limited, and it's even more limited if you treat yourself not in the best way. I will talk about this in a minute. So time is not repeatable, it's not refundable. Every single minute that has gone by, every single minute has gone forever and won't come back. I think this is well. I know that you would say, you may say, yes, that's true, but many people live like as they can rewind every single minute, like we used to do on videotapes or uh, in the old days, but this is not possible. So every single minute that has gone by takes you closer to your very last day, and the time you still can do anything for yourself, living your passion or giving an impact, because you don't want to be one of these anonymous people no one remembers once you found your last rest on the cemetery. Well, then I think let's do a change. And the change today is that I provide you with information, and think about the information I give you, and then let's find out how we can start. Everyone deserves to live a healthier, wealthier lifestyle and to live the life until the very last day, live life to the fullest until the very last day. And look around in your circle of friends, in your family, or simply go to the town center on a, like, I don't know, Saturday, Sunday. There are lots of people where you can see they are not really on the peak of what they could be. Many just try to survive, and they got used to savings and yeah, to cut back. They can't live the life they actually want to live because they're either missing the financial background, so they can't follow their passions, or their health is on a level that they can't live the wealth as well, and all they do is just waiting for the last day to find that they can finally go. I hope you're not one of this person who just wait for the last day. So, as I said, age should just be a number. Everyone deserves to live and to live his and her passion. And if you can do that, look around and take a closer look of people who can live their passion. They change a lot. And they are happy and they get the intention and everything without any distraction, body-wise and financially. This is the goal. That's the goal it should be. And the question is, how can we do this? Well, I show you the nugget, the golden nugget, a very powerful tool that can assure that in many cases. Just a few words about myself. My name is Carsten. I'm from Germany originally, and I moved to the UK a while ago. I have worked in jobs. I worked for Real Mail, but I also have been a self-employed courier for quite some time. This was an interesting job. I have seen lots of interesting places of this country, but it was also demanding time-wise, and I had lots of weeks where I worked more than 50 hours, and I sometimes had especially 5 days where I was out of the house for uh, 12 hours, sometimes 15 hours. And so I was drained out after 2 years, and I went into an occupational burnout. And this, well, I was tired and powerless, sometimes on a Tuesday already, while other people are powerless and tired on a Friday. And the weekend was not anymore enough to fully recover. So I was forced to watch out for a solution to get my health back. And I wanted to do something where I can earn the same money or even more money with less investment of my lifetime, because I said every single minute of your lifetime is not refundable. So what did I do? Actually, I'm watching out for quite some time already, and my first contact to the home business model I had in 2002, but I couldn't get it working because of lacking of skills, personal skills. I didn't have the right development, and well, nothing really fit. But I saw examples of people who were quite successful back then. And I also had interesting talks with them. And I was so angry about myself that I couldn't get it working back then. And I kept trying. I kept trying to find out where can I better myself. So I might serve as an example of consistency, because many people give up too soon if anything doesn't work, especially if it's really, really life-changing. If it changed your basics, don't give up. Keep going and try to find out where you need to change, because in, let's say, 85 or up to 90% of the cases, it's down to you. You have to adjust, not other people. So, and unfortunately, it took me until last year when I found a lady on YouTube. Her name was Lisa Torres, or is Lisa Torres, and she said in a video, "You don't sell, you're not supposed to sell, you are a guide. You take someone's hand and take this person from A, where he or she is at the moment, and guide her to B, where she or he wants to be." And this changed everything for me, because no one pointed this out for me. And I wondered, how can be other people successful while I not? And I know by lots of Facebook research, lots of people out there, they're scared to death to sell. They don't know how to sell. They are scared to death to approach people, because no one told them how to behave in the right way. And quite often they don't actually know what their mission is, because their mission is not selling, their mission is helping and serving. And when I understood this in a couple of minutes, when I sat here and thought, wow, man, then I moved on, and on YouTube, and I found a young guy on YouTube, Mr. Benjamin Heine, having a video, or he loaded up a video, a team meeting, how to approach people in the right way. And he was giving tips to some of his teammates how they have to handle objections. And he was quite young. He was in his mid-20s only. And I was impressed how quick this guy developed his own personality and how he could answer. And then I left a message under his video saying, "I'm from Germany, I live in the UK, I run a courier business, a small one, and I travel to the country if this is interesting for him." And he replied quite quick and kept bothering me for a couple of weeks until I said, "Yes, I want to partner up with you." And if you got now a clue what kind of business model it is, don't be scared. There are business opportunities who are helpful and started in the right way. They are better than anything else, and you will learn in this ongoing presentation why I can say that. But I did also some own research about his company he spoke about, and he often, every second, third minute in his YouTube video, he said Kyäni this, Kyäni that, and I was wondering who is Kyäni, and this is why I will talk about now, to present you what I found out and why it helps me and why it is so valuable to other people and widely unknown in the UK at the moment. Some of you might know this or have seen this picture already. It's from a book from Robert Kiyosaki, Poor Dad, Rich Dad. I have read this book more than 10 years ago now, and I think this book is quite helpful and true. And yeah, most of my lifetime I was in the E sector. A few years I joined the S sector, but the S sector is not much better than the E sector, even though you have a little bit more freedom because you don't have a boss telling you how to do things. Well, your customer is your boss, kind of, but it's way much better to be a B or the I. And the goal is to achieve the I sector, isn't it? So This is the young man I just mentioned, and the interesting story about him is he also mentioned in his video that he had a business before he was introduced to this opportunity, and he left this business with 80,000 euros in debt, and he came to a point where he couldn't even afford anymore to buy food for his little baby girl. And when a little baby girl looks at you hungry and you can't give him anything to eat, well, this is a very, very scary situation. And either you give up completely and you end up at the railway station asking for a pound or a euro, or you turn around 180 degrees and you do something, and that's what he did. And now, 4 or 5 years later, he is, I think he is now in the more than 6 and 5 digits a month. Like the man, like the person I met in 2002 who has shown me it works, and when I was so angry with myself that I could get it working. So this is the second try. What I found out then was this picture. I did the research on in the internet, of course. Of course, I also use the internet, and this looked interesting to me and healthy. And because I was so drained out, I hope that some of these fruits could help me, and I tried to find out more what is behind. Let's talk first about the major problem we want to point out, because here you can see the way how people eat. Many of them love fast food, and I think almost every one of us has visited the burger restaurants. You can do this for some time, but yeah, it's processed food. Then the masses of pharmacy articles and bad sleep, and often caused by stress, by sources like Wi-Fi and this stuff. These are all factors which are not really supportive, and it's not supportive for the body as well. And in addition to this, our nowadays supermarket food may look nice, but it has not any more the quality as it used to be, like in the 80s, 70s, or earlier, because the way we trade our farming grounds is actually ridiculous. So the supermarket food you can buy these days is not anymore enough to cover your daily needs of minerals, vitamins, and nutrition. And on the long run, you will run into health problems. And I can tell you, lots of health problems we go through in the later age, they are caused by these problems, because our body is not designed to die easily. We come into this world with lots of emergency programs, but there is a time when no other emergency program helps anymore. And the goal should be that you run on no emergency program, that you run on the maximum of your possible health. And I have already met, when I met people who are happy, who are really, really, really healthy, and who don't have any lack of money. This is such a different way to interact with this kind of people. You can make plans with them. They are friendly. They are happy. They you feel you cannot harm these people, because they simply they don't care. If you treat these people nicely, you can build empires if you want. So this is the goal we should achieve, and where I show you how to achieve it. And this might be known to you as well, even though this is, yeah, it might be somewhere else in Germany, I guess. But anyway, the M25 around London looks like this as well for most hours of the day, and lots of people are stressed out from the hamster wheel, but they don't know what else they can do. So I will show you as well what you can do. Then I found out about the business owner of the Kyäni company. And there are two families, basically. There are the Hansons and the Taylors. Those are families who are business people, entrepreneurs, their entire life, and their parents as well. So here is a business knowledge from decades in place. The Hansons, they are active in the oil industry, and they run a lot of petrol stations in the US along the Route 66 and other places. And just keep in mind how much it takes just to start a petrol station. Then the Taylors, they are the owner of Idaho Potatoes, and they are the biggest potato producers in the US, and they produce thousands of tons of potatoes every single day. Well, you might ask why, but just think of how many fast food restaurants we have worldwide, and they all sell chips or French fries, depending on where you live. And there is a huge demand of potatoes every single day. So this is why they are successful and why they earned millions, and they are all billionaires already. And their lovely wives, they got an idea: we want to give back something to the people, because money is nice, and but they had the strong wish to return something to help the people they got the money from. And their idea was to lift people's health and their financials as well. And their husbands, they only can think in business, and then they designed a business. And what they did was they went out and looked for the best scientists in the world, and their goal was to develop a product, the best product on the market in terms of cell regeneration to keep bodies young and energetic, so that people can actually have a life and not just existing. So these three people they found, and already in 2005, and it took them time until 2007 to start business, and a bit later on they decided to choose this business model I'm talking today, and they developed the triangle of health, the best product out there in terms of cell regeneration. And I will tell you in a minute why it's so powerful. I don't want to bother you too much with names. So the goal is have a healthy lifestyle, and it's getting more and more important these days. And the Kyäni company only comes with two production lines. This is the skincare and the triangle of health. The triangle of health is a little bit the older production line. The skincare came in place in late 2017, because they wanted to be in both profitable markets, and to complete, like people love to say, the true beauty comes from the inside and from the outside. Here you can see on these pictures a number of fruits decorated around this little sachet, and you see a number of points where this Kyäni drink, its amount of a little a small glass in the morning to be intaken right after you left your bed, right after bedtime, and it comes with lots of interesting properties. And the major plant in this game is the Alaskan blueberry. Now you might say, oh, I can buy blueberries in Morrison, Sainsbury, and Tesco. Well, the blueberries you can buy there come from farms, and they are treated, like I've shown you earlier, from farming grounds treated with chemicals. And they also have to apply chemicals on the fruits, because if you want to earn blueberries, you have to be wiser than the birds and other animals and other diseases. Otherwise, you won't earn anything. We are talking about the organic, wild growing blueberries growing in Alaska and other places where the seasons of the year are extreme. But it's not just about the Alaskan blueberry. That we are talking about 20, 21, 22 other superfruits combined. And this is what it makes so powerful. Because some of you might have heard, for example, from aloe vera. Aloe vera is a business opportunity for a long time. I think they already started before the internet age came up. And mangosteen also have been a reason to start a company once. I'm not sure if they still exist. And here with Kyäni, you get the benefits from the aloe vera, from mangosteen, and topped by the Alaskan blueberry, combined with all the other ingredients you see in this picture. And I want to name some of the properties. I picked 6 examples. You see here, you can make a note or make a picture with your smartphone, and then go to Google, enter the name of this fruit and add health benefits, and you will be surprised. Let's start with the Alaskan blueberry. The Alaskan blueberry supports a high level, or comes with a high level of antioxidants. It supports cardiovascular diseases, so it supports your blood circle. It supports diabetes candidates. It supports it supports cancer. Of course, in a good way, not in a bad way. There were even results with oral, breast, or prostata cancer. And if you remember last year in London, there was a big advertising on the billboards where an elderly man was shown and was told to go to the doctor to check if he has prostata cancer. They wanted to scare elderly to go to the doctor. So the Alaskan blueberry supports even prostate and also reduce the inflammation. Let's go on with the mangosteen. Mangosteen comes with anti-cancer properties as well. It supports the skin. It has anti-inflammatory properties and is against fungal problems. Then it boosts the immunity. It controls diabetes problems. It protects your heart, and it has also some weight loss properties. But we're not talking about the weight loss product at the moment. It's just a company. Let's continue with the amla berries. The amla berries are great for your eyes and the eyesight. It keeps your body hydrated and care for an exchange that toxic stuff can be washed out properly. This is also important. It slows down the anti-aging. It takes care of your heart, and again, it comes with anti-diabetes properties, and it supports your metabolism in general. Let's go on with a fruit or herb called ashwagandha, and I guess it's from India if I go after the name. It is an old ancient medicinal herb. It reduces the blood sugar level. It has anti-cancer properties. It reduces stress and anxiety. So how many, especially young teen girls or young ladies, you know, who have anxiety problems for a reason which is often hard to understand. But I have colleagues who got better results. They could reduce the stress, anti-stress pills, and what they had to intake to fight against their anxiety. So I think this is good news, and also it reduces symptoms of depressions. And depression can happen if a people has run into a burnout because you work so much, work, and yeah, you run into a point where I simply missing the energy, and if you see this, there is no way out, then you run into depressions. And within 1 week, within 1 week, the consumption of the complete triangle of health can get you onto a level where you were wondering what was the problem, and it gives you the power, the energy to withdraw yourself out of the bad situation you are in. This was happened to me. That's why I'm talking about, to give you, if you are in a stressy situation, to show you a way out of this. Right. Also, it supports or increases the muscle masses and its strength, and it improves the brain function and the memory. I think this is interesting if you're not so young anymore. Then here we come with the ginseng. It supports the brain function, and it has shown results on with Alzheimer patients. It improves erectile dysfunctions and anti-cancer properties, of course, yeah. Then against tiredness, and it just lifts up the energy level in general. Let's finish now with the acar berries. The acar berries promotes also the health of your heart. It stops bad cell proliferation. It also comes with some weight loss properties. It supports the health of your skin. It improves the health of your body cells. It comes with anti-aging effect. It boosts your energy, your libido, and improves your mental function as well. So 6 fruits out of 20. And I could continue this for longer, but I don't want to take too much of your time. I think you get the idea. You can follow the experts who promote nutrition, which is right. It's good that they do it, but they tell you to go to buy this, to buy that, pay attention to this and pay attention to there. But if you are not a nutritionist, if you don't have a farming background, you may not know all these things. You want to have a happy, healthy body, but it takes a lot of time and effort and money as well to buy all these different sources of vitamins and minerals. And here you get the shortcut. As I said, one little sachet intaken in the morning covers you with all minerals, nutrients, and mineral traces over the day, for the whole day. And you can actually pay attention to what is your task normally, which might not be the nutrition topic, something else maybe. So I think this shortcuts many questions, many times, and things like that. Let's now come to something very interesting. I talked about these 3 scientists. They are the head of the scientists. Of course, there are more people developing this product and bettering at it every day. And everything is based on science of 1998. 1998, there was given out the Nobel Prize for Medicine for people like Mr. Robert Foucault. And he discovered important properties of the molecule of life, which is nitric oxide. You may not, I think, well, I haven't heard of it before I came in touch with this company. I know nitric oxide or NO2 from my time when I learned being a horticulturist, but I didn't know anything about its function in the human body. And here you see a number of properties it comes with. It thickens the arteries, it decreases the inflammation, and lots of other interesting things. It widens the arteries. And the thing is, if you're in your 20s, your body produces the production rate of your nitric oxide is at 100%. And the older you get, the less nitric oxide you produce. And the question is, why is it so important? Why you can live without water maybe for a day, without oxygen if you are well trained a minute or two. But if your body stopped to produce nitric oxide, you die within 15 seconds. Don't be scared, your body continues producing it. As I said, the production rate decreases. And if you are 60 years old, it's only down to 15%. And here you can learn why it is so important. The nitric oxide molecule is also responsible for an exchange of energy in between your body cells. And if you simply don't have enough nitric oxide, your body can't use the food you eat. And if you eat a lot, but your body can't use it anymore, then, well, you know what happens. You gain weight because the stuff needs to be stored anyway. And I think already this points here promotes increased energy, encourage blood flow, encourage heart health, maintains sexual function, also sustains the immune system, and but most important, supports proper nutrition. All of this is already a high value. And it comes also, I want to complete this with an extract from the noni fruit. The noni fruit is included in there, so this is the next super fruit. Let us finish this with the Kyäni sunset. Let me complete first the nitric oxide. The nitric oxide is to be taken a number of drops, 4 or 5 drops during the daytime, 4 or 5 times depending on how active you want to be and if you have anything important going on, like an exam, a business meeting, or you are on stage holding a speech. Use a few drops of the nitric extreme, and you will have the power, the awareness to be most in the moment you are, that you can do your tasks as good as possible. Okay, let's finish this with the sunset. Sunset, as the name says, sunset, 3 capsules to be taken before bedtime, right before bedtime, and it works while you sleep. While you sleep, it supports the regeneration of your body cells. And even more interesting, it comes also with tocotrienol. And tocotrienol is also an enemy of cancer cells. So I think this few details show you how powerful this triangle of health actually is. And now let's continue with the skin for a moment. You see a number of strange stuff saying here, paraben, petroleum, triclosan, mineral oil, and all this stuff. You find some of them, or in worst cases, all of them, on products you buy in your local supermarket. And you don't want any of them in your skincare. You don't want anything of this on your skin. And the interesting thing is The skincare system is divided in 5 components. They all have their special scents. There is the cleaner, serum, the day cream, the night cream, and an eye cream as well. And they are all based on plants. You see some of them just here. And the top of the game is a special sort of a Swiss apple they found. And the special property about this Swiss apple is that it keeps its skin nice, clean, and without wrinkles for much longer than other apples are if you store them. And they try to extract the fluid out of the body cells, and they work it into the serum. So if you put this serum onto your skin of your face, after a couple of days, a week, a little bit more in a week, you will feel a change. Your face will feel more refreshed. You wake up in the morning and you don't feel tired anymore. Some people have a little tired feeling all over the day. You have a fresh feeling. So combined with the triangle of health and the skincare, you come into a body constitution where you feel you are more or less invincible. You have a self-confidence that has changed a lot. And in this situation, you act different, and people will recognize the difference, how much you change, and then they become curious and want to know more. And this is the point where you tell them what to do. And we have some tools where you actually, which takes the explanation of you. I will show you this a little bit later. Just a short, a few words about the eye cream, especially here, well, I think the pictures speak for themselves. Do you want to look like a person with lots of wrinkles, or do you want to have a more clean skin? And I heard people saying about elderlies with lots of wrinkles, oh, this face tells a lot of stories. This is an interesting face, but I can tell you the person who must live with these wrinkles, he or she is most probably happy to get them removed. So look around. I'm sure there are lots of candidates who just wait for your information about this awesome help. So, and another thing is also how many ladies are out there, they already use skincare products from Tesco, Morrison, or maybe other shops. They already spent money on this skincare. So just swap them over to you, that they buy it from you. And as you can see, the body renews itself from the inside and from the outside, and not so much other makeup is anymore required to cover wrinkles or other traces in your face. Let's put it in that way. But all these 5 components are based on plants, as I said, and they are 100% vegan. So you could actually eat the content. Of course, it does make sense to eat skincare, but isn't it great that what you can put on your skin can be eaten, because you don't want any toxic stuff on your skin. So these are the only 2 product lines we are talking about. 2 product lines, 3 components and 5 components. And that's it. To where in lots of cases you can Google on, or you can search on YouTube for Kyäni and just put any disease that comes into your mind, add it to it, and you will find interesting testimonials where people simply tell their stories. And I was on a company event last year in Frankfurt, and I also watched roughly 20 stories of people who had interesting results after consuming the product, because one little point must be noted or stated. I'm not a doctor. I'm not allowed to say this product help. I'm not allowed to say that, and I don't give a guarantee that they help. But what we can say is we have shared information out about the product. People used it, and they got results. And the most impressive person which is still in my mind up to now, was a woman. She was on stage, spoke into the microphone, and saying that she went to strokes. Two strokes. One stroke can be already dangerous, and two strokes could, yeah, you are the living dead normally. But this person, this woman, was on stage and simply explained her story. And if you didn't know she had this bad experience, you'd never noticed it. So, and this was a point where I thought, wow, this little packet, one little sachet in the morning, a number of nitroFX drops over the day, and the capsules in the evening. These items gave the life back to people who were suffering. So we are talking about, in some cases, about an extension of lifetime, happy lifetime, because you don't want to end up sick in an old people's home. You want to continue to travel. You want to continue seeing your grandchildren growing up, or whatever ever makes you happy. You need to have a healthy body to enjoy it. You don't want to spread sickness and making people sorry for you. They want to enjoy you, and you want to enjoy them. And this is what Kyäni is about. Simply create happy, healthy people who have the finances to do whatever they want. And this is where we are talking about in a minute. But I said I will also show you why it is helpful for sports people. And there is a thing, an institution in Germany called Cologne List, or Kölner Liste. And you can Google for it, you can go for it. And if you enter in this search area, Kyäni, you will see this result. The Cologne List is an institution. They keep busy themselves. They research about stuff sport professionals can intake to increase their performance. And we all know that some professionals use something and which has led into suspension. They got suspended for a few years or for lifetime from the Olympics or whatever. And here you can see Kyäni, the Kyäni products are listed here for 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19 is coming up soon without any objection. And the reason is because you cannot forbid anything which is based on plants. So I will talk about some people who had successes, and there is one person to name, like Mike Rogers. You can go on YouTube, go for Mike Rogers Kyäni, or go for Mr. Stegman, I think Stegman. So if you are a free diver or if you love swimming, this Kyäni triangle increase your performance. And as I said before, if you were just a supporter by voice, you can now support your sports team with the Kyäni of triangle. And just think of if your favorite sports team has much more power, or can hold the power for a longer time than the opposite team, who will win the game? And once you are a little bit known with this is something people will love, and they will love you for that. And well, then you're very busy to spread the message like I do at the moment. So that's why I say sharing is caring. So sharing details about this Kyäni triangle and the skincare is caring, because if people don't know about it, if you have people in your inner circle who are not in a state they could be, and you care, you should let them know, because if you don't, maybe they're gone tomorrow or next week, and then you wish, oh, why I didn't tell them. And think of how many good people you already lost in your life, and you couldn't do anything about it and for them. Here is something you can show them, and if they are open-minded, a little bit open-minded or just curious, and for some people, there are quite some people out there where the triangle was the last thing they still could try, and now they enjoy life again. So sharing is caring. This is the ensemble I got when I got started, and here you see a 7 days tester pack. If you are one of these people who are scared to death to sell anything, if one person is scared to sell and the other one is scared to buy, the best thing is you can do a gift. And this product is designed in a way that you feel a change, you make first experience within 7 days, because there are some products out there where it takes weeks or months, but people nowadays, they are not patient anymore. This and changes must come along quickly, and the scientific advisory board, they designed this product in a way that the change comes within days. And once a person experiences change, they want to continue, because you don't want to go back to the tired and aching body stage you were in before. So what would be the task for you if you loved everything I told you so far? What would be your task in order to earn money? But it's fairly simple. Simply use the product by yourself and feel the changes, get experience with it. And the reason is simple, because you also can't recommend a cinema movie if you have never seen the movie. You need to see the movie in order to recommend it. And the only task would be find new customers and find new business partners. But as I said, we try not to sell, we try not to spam on our links. We find out if any person we meet in our daily life, if this person is where this person wants to be. If not, and there are lots of candidates out there where it's not the case, find out if this person open to information. That's all we do. Our work is only to inform, so that this person gets some information and facts to make a decision for yes or not. That's all we can do. And find new business partners, because we earn from every single business partner who is in our organization. And I will tell you in a minute why especially Kyäni is so interesting, especially for the UK, and why I said before, if you love sport professionals or sports in general, why we are talking about a market creator, not just a little gap. Also, there is no item to store at home. This is not one of these business opportunities where you have to buy stuff, store it at home, and then you sell it. No, this is all taken off you. The only items you store at home are the ones you personally consume by yourself. You also have nothing to do with the logistic part. You don't have to run to the post office to send stuff away. This is taken off you as well. And the same also about development, customer service, and so on and so on. So in a nutshell, be the product of your product, find customers, find business partners. And the interesting thing is also what I found out, well, more than 50% of the money which is turned over to Kyäni is given out to the marketing people. And here you see something about 47, or like 48%. This goes into the science, the production, logistics, and all the stuff which is necessary to have a working product, and the logistic, and also to develop an online shop, the mobile app, and warehouses, well, things which are normal, and anything else goes into marketing. And this is a powerful part of it, because normally products, as you can see here, if you buy something in Tesco, Morrison, uh, Sainsbury, or any other shops, there are wholesalers, retailers, employees, storage, advertising, and this is all taken off of this chain. The products go right away to the customer from the manufacturer, and the franchise partner like us, we simply do the advertising. And because the company doesn't have to pay in all this chain, they can provide the money they would use for this chain, they can give it to us. And I want to say something else to this point. The best products, the best helpful products, are actually sold in this way. And I'm supported by even people from a person like Grant Cardone. He stated in one of his videos, the best products can only be get from direct selling partners. What you can get in your supermarket, this is cheap. This is cheap developed, it's cheap, and the results are cheap. They are not really helpful on the long run. So I think up to here, I hope you agree with me that this is a great idea, and will earn from every single member in your organization. The Kyäni company has set up the business, the marketing plan in a way that we earn from every single person who comes into our organization. And what we do is we find three business partners only, and then we help our three people to find their people. So the blue person up here needs to find three orange persons, and then the blue person helps the orange person to find three gray people, like here. And I think this, you can now see, this is a little bit different to normal companies. I would say that help. This blue person must support the people here. If this person would behave like a manager in your current company, where the managers just think of themselves, and the people in this line, they are replaceable. If this person doesn't help them, this person don't earn anything. And I think this is important to understand. And in the UK, there are just a handful of people at the moment who do this business. We are not even 100 people, maybe not even 50. So, and now think of how big is London only. Then we got Birmingham and other important cities in the UK where nobody knows it, nobody is doing it. So here is a potential for you, especially at the moment. This is unbelievable. And I say that a number of 100,000 business partners, there's still like nothing in this country. And the benefits we can provide people, the value we can give to the people is enormous. Now the major question of all, is this a pyramid scheme? And I say, no, it's not a pyramid scheme, because there are real products to be sold and shipped, real products that provides value to the people, a real product that works within days, and it is consumed over and over again, and people reorder it, so they, which can be eased in the way that there is an auto ship function and there is always a turnover. But I will point out real pyramid schemes, and these are institutions like schools, churches, and normal companies. Take any normal company out there, you can find the people above you, they have more to say, they earn more than you, and they mostly only care as much as long as you do the work, but they always earn more than you. And here, our business model is different. As I said before, if I don't support you, I earn nothing. So I have to help you, and this is what I would expect from you as well. Let's help other people. It's all about helping. If you are a career focused person, of course, here are the steps. But I care more about helping. I want people to see succeeding. I want to see that they can do what they want for much longer than they could without the triangle of health. This is important for me, or more important to me than to climb up the ladder. So if we focus just on sharing this information, these steps here, they will climb almost automatically. If you want to see numbers, if you're interested in numbers, you can take a screenshot of this. I won't talk too much about it. And if you're interested in bonuses, well, there are a number of bonuses. If you are a quick starter, you get an extra bonus. If you are, once you are qualified for your dream car, they pay you a bonus for this dream car. And of course, it depends on what position you got. But I want to focus on the value that it gives to people. And now another major question is, how much does it take to get started? And there are some people out there that moan that they have to buy a starter kit, an expensive starter kit or whatever. And here I show you how much it takes to start a McDonald's restaurant. There was one open not far away from me recently. You pay between 400 and 800,000 pounds to get started, which includes the license, the equipment, and anything you need until you can sell your very first cheeseburger or Big Mac. And I tell you, the very first cheeseburger and Big Mac won't cover these numbers. And you have training costs as well. Subway is a little bit cheaper, but it's still quite expensive, and your first sandwich won't cover the costs of your investment. So you have to have lots of money in your bank account already, and they prove you if you can work with them. So they to be licensed for McDonald's and Subway is a costly thing, and they want you to stick with them for at least 10 or 20 years. So keep these numbers in mind. And now we see how much the license costs for Kyäni, and we are talking about less than 40 pounds. A lifetime membership to become a Kyäni distributor is less than 40 pounds compared to a couple of thousand for McDonald's. The lowest starter kit is available for 420. The highest one is a bit above 1,000, and both is shared in 2 weeks payments because the United Kingdom still knows weekly payments. So that's why it's shared. And I tell you what, I didn't have the money to start, and also the person who, Mr. Benjamin Heine, didn't have the money to get started. But we both saw the chance, the opportunity, what it provides to people. And if you really want something, you find a way to get the money to get started, because I know this is a price. It's still high for some people. Some people can't even afford that. Well, then try to find a solution. Even it doesn't matter if it takes 2 weeks or even 2 or 4 weeks. The most important is you are in, and I can start helping you to get uh, your people, your team building up and clients for you. Also, you get the permission to start your business in 65 countries. And now think again of the McDonald's person. They are limited to the people in I don't know, 2 miles, 5 miles radius, but you can never do a McDonald's restaurant business in 65 countries because uh, you are limited to the local address the restaurant is in. Then we have got the Kyäni Pro app. I will tell about it in a minute, which comes in 23 languages. 23 languages is the number, and think of how many foreigners came to London or to the UK in the last couple of years. So we can even do business with people from Poland, Romania, Italy, Spain, France. Yeah, I will show you about this in a minute. There is a dream car program and lots of events all over the place. So we get a great support as well. And the main thing is for the Craig Hansen really to better people's life, because you have to lift everything: the health, the wealth, the financial freedom, but also the mindset. So if you know you still have to work on your mindset as well, this is the best chance to do it. This is not the showroom of a car dealer. These are cars of colleagues who were so successful already that they came into the car program. And if your only reason to join is to drive your dream car, you normally couldn't. Well, here is because depending on the effort you put in, from a small car like a A1, but up to I don't know, the S class as AMG or even higher, there's not much above it, can be supported, and you can drive it, and you don't have to worry anymore about, oh, can I afford it? Here is your chance. The only requirement is the car needs to be white, but I think the color white is not too bad. And I said also in the beginning, how to impact people's life on a global scale, especially children. So the Taylors and Hansons, they have developed a charity program, and they feed children in third world countries who are less advantaged than us. And they have developed potato packs, and these potato packs, they are enriched with a number of vitamins rice normally doesn't come with. So if these young guys, these children, can have a better food, this will have an impact on their later development. If you got bad food as a child, you have problems later as an adult. And also there is a protection if you're above 60, a loyalty bonus. So if you were scared about retirement from the age of 67 now, forget this fear. Let's talk about how to get started, and this discussion about retirement starting from the age of 67 doesn't have to be a problem anymore. And just remember again, everything starts with less than 40 pounds for lifetime, and we start with a starter kit. If you use the medium or the highest entry, you already got a number of packs to give away. Think of the third 3 or 4 people which are the most important people for you. You want to see in a better health, in a better state of health, and so on. Give it to them. Give it them for a week of try, and then we do this presentation for your friends, and then we take it from there. Sometimes you are around and people ask you what you're doing, and you have no computer with you, or at the moment I'm the only one, almost the only one in England who does this presentation, but and you think, oh, presentation is complicated, I can't do that. Don't worry about, at the moment I do this presentation, and in addition to that, you can go to ask people for their smartphone. Most people have smartphones this day, isn't it? And all you have to do is go to their app stores, Apple app stores or Google app stores, and ask them to download Kyäni Pro. Kyäni Pro. Ask them to download the Kyäni Pro app. It must be installed, and when you start this app here, you put it on guests, then the country you are at the moment is shown out automatically, and you pick the language you want, because as I said before, English is usually preset, but if you're actually from Poland or Romania, change this to Polish or Romania, they then come into the inner area, and here there are two videos. One product video about the Kyäni triangle and the skincare, and a number of videos about the Wels side. And there is also a speech of our CEO, Kirk Hansen. He wants to share his thinking, his mindset, his philosophy, and simply let people know that they can grow with him if they want so. It doesn't matter as much what you did before. If you had 10 different jobs in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, I don't care. If you have done something bad, I don't care. Most important is you are willing to do the work, and this is to share my information. Tell me people I can talk to, I shall share this information where I can do the presentation. Be a good listener. Listen to people what they say. And don't be shy to ask questions, find out where the problems are. Then, as I said in the beginning, be a helpful person who loves to take anyone's hand to be the guide to the better side. And as seen before, all you have to do is to download the app, or you need to be able to download an app on your smartphone and simply enjoy helping people. That's all about it. Make a screenshot of this screen, and here you find my contact details, how to get in touch with me, and let's have a chat. Let's find out where you are at the moment, what your expectations are, and where do you want to be in the future, and especially who are the people who you would love to see succeeding. So simple is that. And as I said, the most important is get own experience first. So in the video description, you'll find a link to my website where if you got curious, you can do an order. I linked price-wise a good order for you. And the great thing is Kyäni is so confident about their products. They give you a 30 days money-back guarantee. So in case you find out, oh, this wasn't for me, simply collect the empty sachets, the empty packages, send it back to Kyäni, and they will refund you minus the postage. So simple is that. So there is no risk behind if you want to try it out. And yeah, but the lucky thing is we don't know many people who really requested the refund. Most people were actually happy. Right, that's it for today. Thank you for your time, and let's get started. Don't wait for too long. Let's have some chats next week, and let's get started by next week. I think this is the best thing to get started. Have a lovely weekend, and thank you for your time. Bye for now.